Anchored in the harbor here in Belém, Brazil, a vessel named Green Pioneer is drawing attention, not for luxury or tourism, but for a radical shift in maritime fuel owned by Australian miner Fortescue Metals Group. The 75-meter ship is operating as a prototype dual-fuel vessel, showing how ammonia could displace diesel in international shipping. The ship's presence here at the COP30 climate summit is symbolic. Fortescue hopes to signal that decarbonizing shipping is not a theoretical aspiration, but a practical reality underway. In March 2024, the Green Pioneer completed an ammonia bunkering trial in Singapore, the first of its kind. But while the ship quietly advances the transition, at the same time, the international regulatory framework appears stalled. The International Maritime Organization, IMO, had planned to adopt its so-called Net Zero Framework, NZF, a global carbon pricing and emissions reduction treaty for shipping. Instead, on the 17th of October 2025, member states voted to delay the deal by a year after pressure from the United States and Saudi Arabia U.S. officials, including Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Secretary of Energy Chris Wright, issued a joint statement warning that adoption of the NZF would impose unfair costs on American shipping, energy producers, and consumers, even threatening retaliatory trade measures against countries that supported the deal. Inside a panel session here at COP30, Fortescue founder and marine ecologist Andrew Forrest did not mince words. He declared that the United States has lost the argument and hence is resorting to coercion, and that he is ready to take the science of climate change to the White House. Forrest's bold stance reflects the paradox at the heart of the green shipping transition. On the one hand, technological breakthroughs are emerging. Ammonia bunkering, dual-fuel engines, safety protocols, and port readiness are proving operationally feasible. On the other hand, regulatory uncertainty and geopolitical resistance threaten to slow investment, scale-up, and deployment. The Green Pioneer itself still relies on diesel backup engines much of the time, citing logistical and fuel supply challenges. Shipping accounts for around 3% of global greenhouse gas emissions, and, unchecked, that share may rise to 5 to 8% or more by mid-century. Forrest argues that if properly sourced, i.e., green ammonia produced using renewable hydrogen, and with strict controls on fugitive emissions, ammonia could be a greener alternative to conventional bunker fuels. The delay of the NZF means the industry is entering a period of regulatory limbo. The IMO insists it remains committed, but without a binding framework or clear carbon price signals, some shipping companies say investment decisions will remain cautious. Fortescue, meanwhile, remains undeterred. It is using the Green Pioneer's global tour, which has included London, Rotterdam, Boston, and New York, to build momentum and argue that the deployment of zero-emission ships is possible today, not just tomorrow. Their next step is the chartering of ammonia-powered large iron ore carriers under construction in China for delivery from 2026. As delegates gather in Belém for COP30, the wider question looms. Will shipping become a leader in the clean energy transition, or will geopolitics and regulatory inertia leave the sector to drift? Grant Whitman for Skillings.net.